$575 every single month on top of your car payment. That's not my opinion. That's not clickbait. That is the exact number from a Bankrate study of what the average American spends on hidden car costs every single month that most people don't even budget for. Your car is not just costing you a car payment, it's eating your paycheck alive. And today, I'm going to show you exactly where that money is going. So, I was doing research for this channel. I'm learning personal finance from absolute zero, and I document everything here. And I stumbled on a stat that genuinely made me put my phone down. According to AAA's 2025 driving costs study, the average annual cost of owning and operating a new vehicle is $11,577. That's $965 per month, and that's before your car payment. Actually, no, that includes everything. But the hidden part, the part people forget to budget for, $575 per month, $6,800 per year on top of whatever you're already paying. Let me break down exactly where that money goes, because once you see this, you cannot unsee it. Hidden cost number one, and this is the big one, car insurance. The national average cost of car insurance as of January 2026 is $2,297 annually, or $191 per month. That's according to Experian. But here's what really gets me. If you want full coverage, which your lender requires if you're still making payments on your car, the national average jumps to $2,910 per year. That's $243 per month, just for insurance. And it's getting worse. Car insurance premiums rose about 15% in 2023, 10% in 2024, and an average of 7% in 2025. And in 2026, rates are projected to rise again by another 4%. Why? Rising cost of vehicles, parts and repairs, extreme weather events, and the growing number of serious accidents. Modern cars are packed with sensors, cameras, and safety systems. Even a minor fender bender can cost thousands to fix. And if you're under 25, you typically pay 50 to 80% more than a 35-year-old with a clean record. One at-fault accident adds 30 to 50% to your premiums for 3 to 5 years. But here's the thing nobody tells you. 27% of Americans say they can't even afford their car insurance deductible, meaning if something happens, they can't cover the out-of-pocket cost, even though they've been paying premiums every single month. Insurance alone can eat $150 to $250 of your monthly budget before you even put gas in the tank. Hidden cost number two, and this one is invisible. You literally don't feel it happening. Depreciation. The moment you drive a new car off the lot, it loses value, and not just a little. Most new cars lose about 20% of their value in the first year alone. Let me put that in dollars. A $50,000 car, which is the average new car price right now, according to Kelley Blue Book, loses $10,000 in value in year one. That's $833 per month vanishing into thin air. And it doesn't stop there. After that first year dip, a new car depreciates by about 15% every year until it hits the 5-year mark. After 5 years, that new car has lost about 60% of its value. Your $50,000 car, it's now worth $20,000. You lost $30,000. According to AAA, depreciation is the single largest cost of car ownership, averaging $4,334 per year. That's more than gas, more than insurance, more than maintenance. Now, you don't write a check for depreciation every month. You don't get a bill, but you pay for it the moment you try to sell or trade in that car and realize it's worth tens of thousands less than you paid. That's the invisible tax nobody warns you about at the dealership. This is why smart money people say, let someone else take the depreciation hit. Buy a car that's 2 to 3 years old. Let the first owner lose that 20 to 30%. You get essentially the same car for significantly less. Hidden cost number 3, the one you feel every week, gas. On average, Americans spend around $1,600 a year on gas. That's about $133 per month. Now, that might not sound as dramatic as the other numbers, but here's the trap. Gas is a variable cost. It changes with the price of oil, with your commute, with how much you drive, and most people never budget it as a fixed monthly expense. You just keep swiping your card at the pump and never add up the total. But if your commute is longer than average, or you drive an SUV or truck, that number can easily double. And here's a number people forget. The average American drives 13,476 miles per year. If your car gets 25 miles per gallon and gas is $3 a gallon, that's over $1,600 a year. Getting a car that gets even 5 more miles per gallon could save you hundreds. Hidden cost number 4, and this is the one that surprises people most, especially if your car is older. Maintenance and repairs. The national average cost of maintenance and repairs is $1,384 per year, or about $115 per month, and that's up 3.6% from last year. But here's the kicker. Motor vehicle maintenance and repair costs are still 42.8% higher than pre-pandemic levels, almost 43% more expensive than just a few years ago. Oil changes, tires, brakes, battery replacements, unexpected breakdowns, it all adds up. And if your car is older, those costs multiply fast. People keep their cars longer because new ones are so expensive, but maintaining an aging car gets more costly every year. And with tariffs impacting the cost of vehicle parts, drivers are expected to feel the full effect in both vehicle price and repair costs by 2026. Parts are getting more expensive, labor is getting more expensive, and your wallet is getting thinner. If you're driving a car that's 5 or more years old, you should be budgeting at least $150 to $200 per month for maintenance and repairs, not hoping nothing goes wrong, actually budgeting for it. Hidden cost number 5, and this is where the full picture comes together. Your actual car payment plus taxes and registration fees. The average monthly car payment for a new car reached $772 in the fourth quarter of 2025. Used cars averaged $570 per month, and the percent of new car payments over $1,000 has reached a record 20.3%. Let me say that again. More than 1 in 5 new car buyers is now paying over $1,000 per month just for the car payment. And these loans keep getting longer. More than 22% of borrowers opted for 84-month loans. That's 7 years in 2025, a new record. Here's why that's dangerous. When a borrower with a 7-year loan trades in a vehicle with negative equity, any down payment goes toward reducing the negative equity, not toward the new car. The remaining balance gets rolled into the new loan. This leads to a higher interest rate, which worsens the negative equity, and it becomes a vicious cycle of debt carried from car to car. And then add registration fees, state taxes, and documentation fees. On average, those add another $800 to $1,000 per year, depending on your state. When you stack everything together, the real monthly cost of owning a car is not your car payment. It's your car payment plus $575 in hidden costs. For most people, that totals between $900 and $1,700 every month on one single asset. Let me put all of this together so you can see the full horror. Car payment, let's say $748 for a new car. Insurance, $191. Gas, $133. Maintenance and repairs, $115. Depreciation, $361. Taxes and fees, about $70. Total, roughly $1,618 per month, over $19,000 per year on one car. And here's what makes me feel sick. That money going toward a car payment isn't earning interest and funding your emergency savings, your retirement nest egg, a mortgage down payment, or your kid's college fund. Drivers underestimate their annual ownership costs by $4,565. That's how much the average person is wrong about what their car costs them. You think you're spending about $2,700 a year on upkeep. The real number is over $7,000. That gap, that $4,500 gap, is where your wealth is quietly disappearing. If this is blowing your mind the way it blew mine, hit that like button. Share this with someone who just bought a car or is thinking about it. And subscribe if you want to keep learning money from zero with me. Every week, I break down the money truths nobody taught us. Okay, so that's the problem. Now let me give you the playbook to fight back. Solution number 1. Buy used, 2 to 3 years old. Let someone else eat the 20 to 30% first-year depreciation. You get practically the same car for thousands less. Solution number 2. Shop your insurance every 6 months. Getting quotes from multiple companies is the single most powerful strategy for controlling your insurance cost. Bundling with homeowners insurance can save you up to 25%. Solution number 3. Follow the 24-10 rule. No more than 20% down, no longer than a 4-year loan, and total car costs, payment plus insurance plus gas plus maintenance, should be no more than 10% of your gross monthly income. Solution number 4. Budget for the real cost, not just the payment. Add $575 per month to whatever your car payment is. That's your actual car budget. If you can't afford that total number, you can't afford that car. Solution number 5. Consider refinancing if rates improve. Americans who refinance cut their auto payments by an average of $142 per month. That's free money back in your pocket. Solution number 6. Maintain your car religiously. Sticking to your vehicle's maintenance schedule is the single best way to avoid expensive surprise repairs and to protect your car's resale value. Cars are a necessity for most of us, I get that, but they don't have to be the wealth destroyer that they've become for millions of Americans. The first step is seeing the full picture, and now you have it. Tell me in the comments, how much do you think your car is actually costing you per month? Add it all up. Payment, insurance, gas, maintenance, everything. I want to see your number. And if you haven't seen my last video, 5 money mistakes that cost me thousands, go watch it next. It ties directly into what we talked about today. I'll see you in the next one.